The intricate tapestry of maritime territorial claims in the South China Sea has long been a focal point of geopolitical tensions, with the vast waterways serving as a theater of historical, cultural, and political narratives. China's evolving cartographic representations, moving from the 9' to the recently introduced 10' line, stand testament to this dynamic landscape. This transition, while ostensibly a simple addition of a dash, resonates deeply with geopolitical undertones and challenges the established norms of international maritime law. As nations maneuver their positions in this chessboard of maritime claims, the Philippines' response encapsulates a regional sentiment of resistance, backed by the principles of international justice.
8月28日，中国自然资源部发布了2023年版标准地图，这是中方依法行使主权的例行性做法，希望有关方面客观冷静看待，不要过度解读。
The 9' line finds its roots in the early 20th century, an era marked by tumult and nation-building for China. Initially appearing as an 11' demarcation in 1947 on Chinese maps, it was a symbol of China's claimed sovereignty over a majority of the South China Sea. By the 1950s, the line had been reduced to 9 dashes, but its significance remained steadfast. It represented Beijing's claims over vast swaths of maritime territories, encompassing vital trade routes, rich fishing grounds, and potential undersea energy reserves. This claim is deeply intertwined with China's historical narrative. Ancient Chinese maps and historical texts are often invoked to underline a historical presence and, by extension, a purported sovereignty over these waters. As noted by Dr. Howard French, an expert on China's maritime history, for Beijing, the South China Sea is not just about resources or strategic advantage. It's about historical validation and civilizational pride. Before we dive deeper, consider joining our creative journey on Patreon. Your support amplifies our mission to deliver top-notch content. Now, let's get back to our discussion. However, the 9' line hasn't been without its share of controversies. Given that it encroaches upon territories and exclusive economic zones, EEZs, of multiple Southeast Asian nations, it has been a consistent flashpoint for regional tensions. Its ambiguous nature, without clear coordinates, has often been viewed as a strategic tool by Beijing to stake broad claims without overtly specifying boundaries. Fast forward to the 21st century, and China's maritime ambitions took on a new dimension with the introduction of the 10' line in 2023. While the addition of a single dash might seem trivial in the realm of geopolitics, such a move carries significant weight. The 10' line not only reaffirms China's claims over previously contested areas, but also extends its territorial ambitions, notably including regions adjacent to India and Malaysia. This new demarcation underscores China's rising confidence on the global stage and its intent to cement its role as the preeminent power in the Asia-Pacific region. Such a move can be contextualized within China's broader Great Rejuvenation narrative, where reclaiming lost territories and reasserting historical rights play a pivotal role. Yet, the 10' line has elicited international consternation. Countries like the Philippines, India, and Malaysia have been vocal in their opposition, viewing it as an affront to their territorial integrity and a violation of international maritime laws.
We obviously would like the region to have a evolution that is rules-based, that does not sidestep the interests of smaller states.
The new 10' line map met with considerable resistance, particularly from the Philippines. As the guardians of the West Philippine Sea, part of the broader South China Sea, the Philippines' response underscores the nation's determination to protect its maritime rights and territory in the face of perceived encroachments. The Philippines historically has been at the forefront of challenging China's maritime claims. The new map was no exception. By explicitly rejecting the 2023 version, the Philippines signaled its staunch opposition to any territorial claims that violate its exclusive economic zone, EEZ, in the West Philippine Sea.
Stayed true to the rules-based international law, especially the UNCLOS. And that I think puts us on very solid ground in terms of our claims for territorial sovereignty, for maritime territory.
Such a response is emblematic of a broader regional sentiment, where other nations like India and Malaysia have also raised objections due to territorial overlaps. The Department of Foreign Affairs, DFA, of the Philippines was forthright in its refutation. Emphasizing the foundation of international law, the DFA pronounced, "This latest attempt to legitimize China's purported sovereignty and jurisdiction over Philippine features and maritime zones has no basis under international law, particularly the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS."
We received the news that now the 9-dash line has been extended to the 10-dash line. And so these are we have to respond to all of these, and we will. But again, these are operational details that I would prefer not to talk about.
The recent stance of the Philippines can't be disentangled from the significant legal victory the country achieved in 2016. The Hague-based Permanent Court of Arbitration, PCA, ruled in favor of the Philippines after the country challenged Beijing's 9-dash line and its historical claims over the South China Sea. In what many viewed as a landmark decision, the tribunal invalidated China's claim of historic rights over almost the entirety of the contested waters. The 2016 decision was profound for several reasons. Not only did it declare areas of the South China Sea covered by the 9-dash line as contrary to the convention, but it also emphasized that they were without lawful effect in instances where they went beyond China's maritime entitlements as per the UNCLOS. While China opted not to accept the tribunal's ruling, its repercussions were palpable, providing nations like the Philippines with a strong legal backing in any subsequent territorial disputes. While the Philippines' rebuttal is rooted in its national interests, it also underscores a broader call for adherence to international law, particularly UNCLOS. The country's persistent advocacy for a rules-based international order resonates with global principles of maritime governance. The Philippines' appeal isn't a lone voice in the wilderness. It represents a collective clamor from numerous Southeast Asian nations, seeking adherence to established conventions and norms. Furthermore, this commitment to international law also reflects in the international community's backing. The global community's broad support for the Philippines, as noted in international forums and statements, emphasizes the shared values and the importance of upholding maritime laws. The maritime disputes in the South China Sea, epitomized by China's evolving dash line maps, are emblematic of a broader struggle between historical claims and contemporary international law. The Philippines' steadfast response to the 10-dash line not only underscores its dedication to upholding its territorial rights, but also mirrors the aspirations of many nations to seek a rules-based order in global maritime territories.
Of course, we'll continue to defend our territorial sovereignty, our territorial rights. We have not changed our approach. It is other countries around us that have changed their approach.
As the saga continues to unfold, the collective voices echoing the sanctity of international conventions remind us of the delicate balance between respect for historical narratives and the imperatives of modern global governance. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of more countries. Stay informed, and we'll see you in our next video.